Good afternoon, everyone. These are the hearings scheduled for today, August 21st, 2024. It's 2:00. We are in the conference room at the Planning and Zoning Department of Norwalk City Hall. My name is Robert Maslin. I'm the hearing officer today. We have an agenda with, it looks like 8 items on it, and what I'm gonna do is go through the items and see who's here and set up a sequence of, so we get folks in and out and try to be efficient. On a preliminary, basis, these are not strictly formal proceedings as if you're in a superior court. However, although they are less formal, they're not completely informal, and we don't, reduce ourselves down to a free-for-all. The typical way we do these is, as we reach each matter, we'll ask the people who are involved in it to step up, have a seat at the table here. The representative from the zoning department will give me an overview of the matter, and then we'll go from there. I have copies of memos from the zoning citation hearing officer. To me from Ian Hall, the deputy zoning inspector, on each of these matters, so I have a very, very basic knowledge of what's going on. If we need to proceed to take evidence, I'll swear in witnesses, and then we'll do that in an orderly way, depending on the circumstances. All right, if anyone needs an interpreter, please let us know so we can arrange to have one here. Do we have one?
Yes,
Oh, okay, there's an interpreter in Spanish?
yes.
Maybe we can take that out of first.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay, well, let me just run through the list here. 8 Kendall Court, is someone here on that?
8 Kendall Court is not here, I believe. They were, had a prior commitment. I
Are
believe.
they coming?
They are not coming now. They emailed me
All right,
yesterday afternoon after I clocked out regarding so.
that's okay. I want to ask about that while
Yes,
it's on the agenda here,
Mhm.
but 7 Norvell Road,
yes,
okay, that'll be number 1. 83 Washington Street,
yes,
okay, that's number 2. 51 East Avenue. Anybody here on that? Is that the paint?
yes. Spoiler, we're closing it.
You call, all right,
Yes.
all right, so that'll be, wait. I'll do that at the end. 19 Slocum Street,
Not here, he's out there. He emailed me such a few days ago.
what are we doing?
Continuing.
I'll talk about that at the end. 44 Grandview,
I believe they're in the hallway.
The hearing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just come over here, you sit on the side here.
Yes. 44
Is that-
Grandview, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. That's number 3.
And now.
46 Silvermine,
Yes,
they're here,
yes,
4. 56 Nursery Street,
yes, behind you.
actually, that's 5. And that's it for any add-ons or anything?
No Adams.
Okay.
Had a few takeoffs.
Okay, so, 7 Norvell Road, who's here?
Good afternoon, how are you?
And sir, your name?
Su nombre? My name is Armando Valera. I live in the 7
Oh, yeah.
Northern Road.
Here you are. Here's a presentation around a binder. We are being a bit more organized in planning and zoning.
Okay, and this is the first time up?
Oh, no, this is the third, I believe. Because they were here on the May 29th hearing and the July 10th hearing.
Oh, okay, so what's? This is the rooming house,
Correct, yes.
and the last time we talked about having an architect develop a set of plans, was that it?
Yes.
And
Mhm.
then eventually you're gonna take an inspection. Do you understand what we're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the status now?
Yes, so we had the hearing on July 10th where the matter was continued with hope that plans from an architect will be submitted. The architect came in and, the following week, the architect came in and spoke to me about what the nature of what to expect, what he should include in the plans, what we're doing. And, good news, last week on, the fifteenth, August 15th, plans were submitted, dropped off by the architect. These, did not, due to, we're in a situation where now he's waiting on us. They were dropped off, has not had a chance to look at them yet, but, the plan not part of the presentation, but they're available in office if anyone wishes to see. These are very, first glance, these are very detailed, scalable, legitimate plans, which I anticipate we can move forward with these plans and, as of now, I'm satisfied with the nature of these.
Are they, in the types of plans you would submit with construction or?
Yes, yes, these are architectural plans from a licensed
But
architect.
they're CDs okay.
Correct, yes, very detailed, believe this will include, this will, satisfy our current desires.
All right.
And, so right
So what do you
now,
wanna do?
we just need to review the plans, get everything, compare them to the old submitted plans. If they're approved, we'll approve them, bring them to the building department, see if they need anything else. And if satisfies both us and the building department, when it's time to close out, we'll do our final inspection. And, in the final inspection, we'll see if like there's any other potential issues. And if everything's fine, we'll get everything issued.
Now, October, you wanna extend, continue to October?
Yeah, just in case, building department.
Do we have a date in October?
Not yet, no. We did want to talk to you about that because October is an interesting month for, both, deputy building inspectors in terms of finding a date.
September's an interesting month for me. Let me pull my calendar up. What day are we thinking in September?
September was, we had that down for the 11th.
Perfect.
El 11 de septiembre.
I keep on September, it'll be October.
Oh, wait,
Next meeting?
that's 9/11.
Correct, yes.
Let's not do 9/11,
Okay,
because there's gonna be events and who knows, you know.
Hmm.
Do you want to,
my colleague, he has, hearings on the 4th and the 18th, I believe.
Well, tentatively the fourth, definitely on the 18th. Attorney Overs would be in.
yeah, I'm on the 18th. You want
25th?
25th?
We can do the 25th, yes, for the September hearing. I was recommending for, this case. to-
Yeah, because today is the 21st, right?
Correct,
Yeah,
yes.
so
It'll be a quick turn.
let's do September 25th.
We'll do that. For this.
For October, you have a few of these that
On,
you mentioned.
No.
23rd?
no, without on the meeting.
23rd, that. Oh, yes, that should work for me. Does that work for you?
Not for this deputy zoning inspector, I will be out. But then anybody can,
If anybody knows how to push buttons on that laptop.
they could probably do it better than me at this. That's a low bar.
23rd, that will
All
work.
right,
So I recommend continuing this matter to,
okay,
October, if that's okay
so
with you.
this, for me, the next hearing dates are September 25th and October 23rd.
Hmm.
So for this matter, 7 Norvell Road, do you want to bump it over to October to
yes. Mhm.
give you a good amount of time to review those, get a building permit? And
Mhm. That should, be more than enough
And it
time
will
for
just-
everything. The whole thing could be resolved by then.
Okay, and if it's resolved, then we'll just
Mhm.
close it out.
What day?
The 23rd.
October 23rd at 2 P.M.
El 23 de octubre a las 2 de la tarde. Le digo que aquí a eso puede estar todo. ¿Ah? 23, sí. Y aquí a eso todo puede estar ya resuelto. So,
Do you need a notice or I see him putting it in his calendar? He's gonna-
¿necesita una carta o algo?
Sí, estoy colocando en la reunión porque
I'll do it right this time.
no recibo ninguna notificación de aquí y cuando me la dan mal, entonces tengo que.
So he's putting it in his own calendar because sometimes he doesn't receive a letter and then.
Well,
he gets
that's
like
why
a-
we
yeah.
asked, because
Yeah.
if you put it in the calendar, we don't need to,
Okay, so quiere la carta o no?
the staff doesn't need to send you a letter, so.
So va a querer una. que le
Sí,
manden-
sí, sí,
Then
entiendo.
you could please send that in.
Will do.
Yeah.
Please send letter. Okay.
But this form is that right here.
What are we doing?
Vamos, vamos.
Sí.
I'm gonna leave these in the check.
Okay.
Okay,
Done?
All good?
see you on October, well, maybe we won't see you on October.
Yeah. Thank you.
So the next item. 83 Washington.
Yes, and we have representation here.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
See you guys.
Thank you.
Bye, yeah.
Like,
Here's this.
Was this mine last time?
Yes.
So what are we dealing with here is, well, first of all, what's your name?
Adriana Miller.
Adriana. Last name again, please.
Miller.
Miller? And you're building owner, tenant? What is your
The tenant.
tenant?
Okay.
Okay. And what happened last time? We didn't really do anything with this.
We kind of continued it to today.
Okay.
Because the gist of it was we received a complaint regarding lighting. They did receive a zoning permit to be there, but they did not continue with the building department approval, and they didn't get everything closed out, so the violation was sent for being open without a certificate of zoning compliance. Their sign did not get approval, so they had to apply for a sign permit. That was holding up the COCC on our end to get everything closed
So
out.
what's the status now?
Status is, so we approved the sign permit, did not go to the building permit yet. However, the permit, before the building permit, they wanted approval from the redevelopment agency. And, I received, notice last week, and she confirmed via email today that, they're still awaiting, to hear back from the redevelopment agency for approval.
What's the hangup?
I'm not sure, to be honest, if you have any information
No
about
one answered. You go there, ring the bell, no one answers. Send an email.
that. I got, this email from her.
In other words, some things don't change.
Obviously, I received this, these two emails from, Mr. Miller, contacting the redevelopment agency, just checking on the status for the, application.
Oh, I see, okay. What do we do? It's out of your hands.
Correct, yeah, so,
You're doing everything you need to do.
Yeah.
Is there any issue with the smoke shop?
smoke shop, they have permits to be there, they just don't have their final certificate yet,
So
because,
it's a CO issue, not being a smoke shop without it.
correct, yes,
smoke shop.
because they got their permit back in, early February.
So the only thing you need is
For the sign.
The CO, yeah, because the sign CO is holding up the tenant CO, because we have.
are
to
you
issue-
open?
Yes.
Is there a temporary,
There's not a temporary, CO in place
do you do those?
on very rare occasions,
I mean, it's only a sign, right, at this point?
yes, the sign is holding up.
generally, we've gone away from that. Definitely,
Well, I know.
we used to do that with great regularity, but we don't, yeah, it's
Right,
almost,
but
we
I
just
mean,
don't
what do
do
you
it
do
all.
in a situation where
It's
the
just
only
charge.
issue is the
It's not
sign?
like it's a.
Well,
And
basically,
it's
they're
another
waiting for,
agency that's holding it up.
we just wait for the sign to be, I mean, they're
Will they be allowed to continue
operating, well, I'm not,
operating without? getting
I would not
canceled?
wish to stop them, and legally, the zoning office can't stop them. It'd be the building department if they so chose, or the fire marshal's office if they so chose.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so do we need to even have this file open at this point?
We would like to, the office would like to see this matter closed, like with getting the COCC for the sign in the store. It is, again, like you mentioned, it is out of our hands when that timeline will be. Because it is in the hands of the redevelopment agency and the building department. So we'd like to see it closed, we're just unsure, because the timeline's out of our hands.
If Adriana has done everything you expected her to do,
At this point, yes,
what else, why keep this open?
very good question.
I mean, right, you seem to be doing things the right way and you want.
Yeah, I went there this morning too.
Why should you have to keep coming back here?
I think we could, because a citation was issued within the past year, this year, you could remove this from the citation process. And if there is a need to bring it back, we can bypass the notice of violation step per state statute and just go directly to a citation back here if need be. If we don't need to do such thing, then we won't.
I concur.
That's how-
What's the boss say over there?
We can't issue a COCC because they don't even have a building, so. Yeah, but I think maybe even 3 months.
3 months?
We have a building permit, it's just that the
I'm
sign,
trying to make life easier for you because you're doing everything the right way.
no, I understand, I mean, dude, just take his chalk. It's not like it's a light up sign, it's literally a chalk, I can erase the chalk, I mean, that's what it is.
I mean,
Until I can't, I've been
Is it-
reaching out to redevelopment.
and
for
I'm
3 weeks.
well, I'm looking that up, the building permit status right now.
Oh, yeah, they have it on a different one than we do.
I just need a DBL, that's all I need.
We have a 2/24/24.
Was there a notice of violation?
Yes, it
What did
was,
What did it say about how to cure it?
what did I send? Notice of citation. But obtain built, permit from building department and any other required departments and request inspection to close out, file.
So we're still not there yet.
Yeah, and council, they do not have a building permit entered here.
This should take,
They have it a different.
Okay, no,
I don't
help me
know
out
what
here.
it's about.
shouldn't this take about a week?
In theory.
There, with sometimes when multiple departments are involved, sometimes it does, and other departments waiting for other departments, it's at the mercy of how other departments operate, not to throw any other.
I know, like
departments
I'm
off,
saying,
but-
it's out of her hands.
Exactly, yes. In our hands as
You
well.
guys just want us to remove the sign until
No,
redevelopment?
no, I don't, no, this is not your fault at this point.
Okay.
You got in the mess in the first place because you didn't have the permits, but now you've done everything you're supposed to do,
Okay.
right? So, if we continue this to October and everything's in place,
Mhm.
can we just put it on the agenda for tracking purposes without having to ever come back?
We can do that.
All right, is that, because there's no point in taking she's gotta come in, take time out of work.
Mhm.
Who's watching the store? Uh,
Yeah, we have, I can show you, we have a building permit. In
For
general,
the sign?
no, not for
No, for the
sign,
rest
just looking
of
up,
it.
yeah.
Yeah,
So-
Oh, yeah, we know
Just
that.
pick a random one too. and
All
when
right,
it's with-
so is that okay with you? I'll continue this until October 23rd at 2 P.M. But in the meantime, if redevelopment does what it has to do,
Check this calculator.
everything's in order, then we'll have to come back.
Okay, sounds good.
And then if you get to the point that you're setting up, say a couple of weeks ahead of time, setting up the agenda and
Mhm.
we're not resolved yet, I'm gonna send another, so come in. Otherwise, we just put it on the agenda and dispose of it. All right? Fair enough?
Yeah, you want the number? Or you good?
You know what, at this point, don't worry about it, I'm good, I don't know what the building department does sometimes, so we
right
can
here.
tell them that. Yeah. Oh, that looks like a building, yeah, but it,
Yeah,
Thank
we
you.
have it open.
actually, if
yeah.
I may I take a look at that one more time?
Yeah, go
Thank
ahead.
you. I wanna see what they have there. 1E, that makes absolutely no sense. Okay, here you go. Thank
You
you.
want it, the number? Are you okay?
As long as you have the
I
one
can
E,
get
that
it,
should-
I can get it now.
Okay.
Thank you, though, that's much appreciated.
So what did you do? Issue the permit? You issued a zoning permit for the sign, and now it's gotta go to redevelopment?
Exactly, redevelopment and the.
There.
building permit.
There it is, Counselor, if you want to verify.
Yeah, there's
it.
a
Yeah,
active
that's it.
building permit for the tenant space.
Yeah, that's it.
For the tenant fit up, yep.
Okay. Redevelopment.
Hopefully they answer what you CC on
Mhm.
email.
Yeah, what's easy on that?
You gonna take this or?
Okay.
If you want, it's just a memo, so.
Okay.
We'll be all good.
There you are.
Yes.
Thank you for.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you. Go
Thank you
Celtics.
for following up and making sure this gets done.
All right, no problem. Thank you.
Go Celtics.
Huh?
Go Celtics.
A LeBron James fan.
Yeah.
All right, 44 Grandview.
This one will have translation service.
Gilberto and Juana.
Yeah.
All right, let me just, you wrote the memo here, you have homeowner who reached out on 8/20.
Yes,
Was that like yesterday?
yes.
Did you like look into a crystal ball on this? Cause you sent me this memo on Monday.
Okay. My email should be.
All right, okay, so what happened here?
Oh, yeah, so on, May 2nd, we were forwarded a complaint from the blight officer regarding a, newly
Just a
created.
second, if he's going too fast and you need the interpreter, just say something.
Yeah, sí entienden por lo menos.
Yeah, so on May 2nd, we were forwarded a complaint from the blight officer regarding a newly created driveway and a commercial vehicle storage for 44 Grandview. We were also sent photos of this, so
Scrolling down.
take your time. Here's a picture that was forwarded to us from the blight officer.
And the blight officer took this photo on May 1st,
Mhm.
2020.
Google Street View had the truck turned around,
Oh,
Oh,
so
And-
there's been something up there, that's,
and that's the newly created driveway. So a notice was sent, I did a follow-up inspection, just confirm I have my own photos on, June 2nd, and, NOV was sent on the 12th.
there's the NLB.
There's everything. And the homeowner came in, the following week to discuss the situation, with me. I agree, they said they had, a lot of circumstances they were working on, they didn't know it was a violation, they just wanted like a timeline, and I set up and, let's touch base on August, I know paving companies are busy, people have busy lives, a lot of people on vacation, just wanted to, that August was a good time just to touch base to see where we are, I wanted a,
what is the remedy here?
removal of the driveway and the, commercial vehicle. So we're converting the driveway back to, the landscape features.
Para remediar esto, tienen que quitar el material del driveway y volverlo tierra y grama.
En un principio no,
Okay,
yo
just-
no,
Just a second. I tried to figure out the zoning regulations on this.
Mhm.
And they are not, a specimen of clarity, we'll say. So what I want to do is kind of walk through this, and then we'll get into this particular situation. So I want to make sure I understand what's allowed, what's not allowed, and whether there's a violation. So if I look at, let me check my, if I look at page,
Se está checando el libro para ver qué se puede hacer.
this is the CD2
el
zone.
camión no
Correct,
está
yes.
parqueo permanente
Okay.
ahí.
So,
Ya, solo que yo quería hacer un drive.
No puede estar nunca ni entre.
Ya, entonces no es que eso no es un parqueo.
Ujú.
Cuando yo no tengo que lo dejo un rato, un día en camión, pero
So
no es habitado
in the
parqueo.
CD2 zone, if you, on page 247 is the
Ellos lo están tomando como si hubiera un parqueo.
247.
Aunque el camión
Yeah,
esté
yeah,
ahí
the,
todo el tiempo.
commercial vehicle, sorry, yes.
I'm getting there.
Eso no puede estar así.
No, esto me dijeron de la
But you tell them that we're looking at the regulations,
Yeah, I-
because I want to be sure there's an,
Yeah, and I
But the
explained to
issue
him
is-
that you were looking through the book to see, what's allowed and what's not allowed.
Counselor, what was the, page number on that?
247.
Thank you.
Use table.
I was just explaining to him, the difference between the driveway material needing to be removed and the truck being there all the time or not.
That's two different
Yeah,
questions.
yeah, so I was explaining to him that they're very different.
Yes.
So if you go to-
executive uses.
Page 247, at least in my book,
I got it. Here we go.
is table 4.3.9.d.
Mm-hmm.
It's a list of, part of a long list of accessory uses. And if you go down to where it says, it's a second from the bottom, storage of not more than one commercial vehicle. Then you go over to the CD2 column. And it says PL. Right, and that means permitted with limitations.
Correct.
So I'm assuming that when you see permitted with limitations, you go to the zone regs. And see what the limitations are.
Zone regs and, right after the use table, the, limitations, after,
Okay, so let's, 247,
if I can find the page, storage of not more than. It would be on page,
I got it there, Council.
what page?
Say
282.
282, yeah. And it's up here on the screen for those of us at home and here that wish to follow along.
Okay,
And it'll be a point, on the top left, CD. Storage of not more than one commercial vehicle.
282,
Yes.
Jimmy. Maybe it's over here, encroachments. What section number?
Is 4 point,
3.12 parking?
Oh, God.
it'll be a G, so 4.3.9 G.
0.9G.
It is, all the limitations are alphabetical. Is it here? How is it all as?
We're looking, we're getting warm here.
Oh, that'd be positive. Oh, yeah. Porch for storage, right here.
Oh, right, okay, CD.
Yes.
And I'm assuming that means CD zone?
Oh, and that's, like a subsection of CD.
Oh, all right. Storage of not more than one commercial vehicle permitted in accordance with the applicable use table, subject to the following. As defined in chapter 246, section 14.1, which does not exceed 1 ton rated capacity. This is something that's confusing throughout, because when you have a weight, this says 1 ton rated capacity, that means it's payload of 1 ton. Because the truck itself is gonna be more than a ton just by itself.
Mhm.
Okay, and is that it? Is that the only limitation here?
Yes.
Okay. And it also says, in accordance with the applicable use table. But then you go to the zone, which is yet another table. And I said it's allowed there, but then you go to vehicle parking requirements.
Mhm.
And it says all other vehicles permitted in rear yard only and in driveway. Does
That's
that
been
mean it's
revised.
That has
permitted?
been revised.
Keep that old code.
Oh, so what's the new one?
I'm getting
Doesn't
there.
say end and drive.
It's what?
Does not say end and drive.
Oh, just in the rear yard? Cause it seemed to say if it's in the driveway, you're good. Then you go to the parking in front yard for existing lots and building sites. And I think this would,
I'm just getting to the
Meet
part,
that.
I'm getting there.
The Maslin statute.
this is on my page 81, but.
Vehicular parking, that is
Up.
page 81, right? I got
Thank
it.
you.
I got you.
Okay. So this property looks like it's 50 feet wide. And it's 5,000 and something square feet. Roughly.
Mhm.
I'm just ballparking it from what's on the GIS system.
Mhm.
Okay, so setting aside the commercial vehicle question. What's the story with the second driveway? This is a two-family zone.
Mhm.
Are you allowed one driveway for the building, or are you allowed an auxiliary or accessory driveway? Are you allowed in the front yard?
Well-
CD2 is a
Yep.
two-family zone.
Absolutely.
And then you go back, I mean, I'm just raising questions. Then you go to the definition of a commercial vehicle.
Mhm.
And that has, well, commercial vehicle storage yard, but then there's what is it, vehicle commercial?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Any motor vehicle with commercial license plates or with lettering, markings, racks, or other apparent accessories indicating intended for use other than personal or recreation. So we went through this, was that changed? Definition of commercial
This is
vehicle?
going to be changed, the
How
recommendation,
is-
I recommended that's gonna be
What-
changed,
How's it gonna?
that it's going to be a gross vehicle weighting. Gross vehicle weight rating.
What's that number? 12.5,
I proposed, I think I proposed 15.
15,000?
It's not official yet, though. I
One of
just
the problems with
suggested
these regs is you talk about weight, capacity and weight of the vehicle.
Right.
It doesn't ever say gross vehicle weight. And it should really say that.
And that's what
To make it
let's
clear.
hope the zoning commission agrees with my
All right, let's
interpretation.
get back to this now.
Mhm.
Are they allowed to have a second driveway?
Under,
Forget about the commercial vehicle.
yeah,
Under the CD2 regs.
under certain
This
circumstances.
thing we're talking about here on page 81.
it's still not a second driveway. If they can benefit from the option of the auxiliary court, it's not a second curb cut. It's supposed to be like an appendage off an existing driveway.
Okay.
But I'm not, in this case.
This one,
they
see,
have
that
compliant
section there, I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
so they
it.
have compliant parking, right? The original driveway needs to.
No.
If I may, I'll bring that up.
Yeah,
There we go.
to one car garage.
Yeah, so that would be.
Yeah, where's their second space? Second space is in the,
Well, when that was constructed, only one was.
also, it's, okay, so it's
Legally
not
not conforming,
conforming.
yeah, legally not.
But when you add a driveway, now it's another whole question. But then you have this, which seems to say you're allowed to park in the driveway. And it's in the front yard, so it kind of conflicts with the regulation that basically says you can't park in this front setback. It's like, almost like an exception.
It is an exception, but I don't think it's applicable for this use.
Okay. And I doubt that there's enough room to pull in the back.
I highly doubt it.
Well, without a survey, Council, we don't know exactly where that
Wow,
property, you can
it's-
never trust fences.
Have
You
you?
never trust.
No,
For those at home,
no,
you
but
cannot.
I mean, without moving the fence,
Mhm.
you wouldn't be able.
Well, it'd have to be, I believe, 8 feet wide, maximum, it'd have to be 8 feet wide.
8 feet wide,
from the back.
And plus, on a side note there, to be perfectly honest, this configuration, in order to even remotely entertain getting an approval from the city for this, they would have to go through the Department of Public Works.
Oh, I know.
And
that's
this
my
would
other-
not, meet their standard whatsoever, because if you're gonna have two curb cuts, the minimum distance between the two curb cuts, 50 feet on center, the property is barely 50 feet wide, so there's no way that works.
Mhm.
So they would deny that
Okay.
outright up there.
So how do we fix this?
Revert to landscaping for that,
Or what do you do with the truck? What, is that your truck?
Yeah,
It is.
And you do insulation
yeah,
work? Is it your business or
it's my business,
is,
yeah.
the truck doesn't belong there, right?
Lo sirvo porque acá donde que está, en esa pegado a la pared. Y esa parte lo convierto en área verde.
¿Cómo?
Lo puedo parquear pegado de repente a la fence verde, donde están los árboles.
He was asking, can he park it along the fence where the trees are?
Ya. It's
I
everything.
think if you could, well, let me ask you this question, if you could park it behind the house, can you do it?
No, because my strict interpretation would be, this is, regardless of what one may think about the Connecticut State General Statutes, this is definitely over a 1-ton rated capacity vehicle. It is a tri-axle vehicle. I would contest
I don't.
thoroughly
Right.
that a box truck is over a 1-ton
Well,
rated
you
capacity.
look at the plate,
Well, even if for some reason this was not a commercial plate, I would,
no, not that, the plate on the door jamb, where
oh,
it gives you the specs, it'll give you the gross weight.
yeah, believe.
It's not,
Google can.
no, you gotta open it up, it's on a little plate.
Yeah, but even I would make the contention that this would be over a 1 ton rated capacity vehicle, no matter how we sliced it.
Okay,
And therefore
so,
it is not permitted on the property.
¿Sabes qué largo es el camión?
18 pies.
You said it's, the truck's 18 feet long, if that helps.
And it's all about,
okay, so here, answer me this
Sure.
question. Vehicular parking requirements,
Mhm.
domestic, recreational, heavy equipment not permitted. Tractor trailers not permitted. All other vehicles in rear yard only.
well, let me see. Let me get back, that was, what page, 82 was that?
Yes.
Let me get there, no, that's the wrong one. Hang on, hang on. Hang on, like I
I
said,
hate to
that
do
that whole
this in the
clicking
middle of
thing,
a violation
And
hearing,
that whole clicking thing.
but
yeah,
there's. These are confusing and it's, I wanna make sure we don't get on the wrong road.
So,
What page are you on?
I'm getting there, 80 right there, hang on, see, I was getting there.
Yeah.
So,
Parking location, all other vehicles. And this is CD2, it's not, not kind of a general thing, it's specific for the zone.
right, but I'm going back to the use table, the limitation is that not more than 1 ton rated capacity, that's the limitation. If it's like our friends on 51 East Avenue, those are under 1 ton, you can have that argument that, okay, are these actually allowed here? This is over 1 ton,
Yeah, I don't know what
It's not allowed.
It's over one time.
I would,
Probably is, but
I would, as a deputy zoning inspector, I would hang my hat on that.
Ah, sí, sí.
I would hang my hat on that.
see this, this
Eso
is.
tiene que ver, porque
this is
el zoning
ambiguous.
tiene que ver con, dependiendo cuánto pese el vehículo. Porque el Estado va a tener que,
But not
Es
those
de-
are
de-
18,000,
otherwise?
menos 18,000 pesos.
Well,
Other vehicles could mean a four-wheeler
pero
or a golf
cuánto
cart.
peso puede cargar.
It
Eso
doesn't
puede
mean
cargar,
it
pero
allows
no
a
puede tener
vehicle
cargado el
trail,
material. Yo
just a camp
hoy
trail.
lo uso el
Well, no,
material,
trailer
no sé,
would
no puede ser
no es-
cargado.
well,
No,
we
no,
domestic, I guess, or recreational.
Eso no tiene adentro.
Pero no tiene que ver con si el material está dentro.
No, no,
Tiene que
no
ver-
tiene
Okay,
peso
but
nada.
see,
We
what
can
I'm,
Pero
do
no
it.
tiene que ver con eso, tiene que ver con cuánto el
they're gonna have
vehículo
to
puede
go.
cargar
Oh,
en
yeah.
cualquier
Because you
momento
can't get
que
it
no esté en el driveway.
you know, can't be in the
Puede que
backyard.
como hasta
The
solo hasta
problem with the
21,
regs
creo.
is,
21,000
Sí,
when you go to the
21,000 libras.
CD2 section,
libras.
Sí.
Well,
it says all other
Y
vehicles.
dice que
said the-
18
When you go to
libras.
the table,
The truck weighs 18,000 pounds and can haul up to 21,000 pounds.
That's,
That's over.
definitely-
that's 10
That's over
tons.
one.
Sí,
That's-
está cargado con el material. Aquí nomás pesa 18,
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
18.
Mhm.
But you go to the use table and it does say permitted with limitations. So you got limitations over here and then you got limitations in here.
It's way over.
And you see what I'm saying?
So as
So
a side note.
somebody looking at this,
Porque yo creo que los que tienen parqueados, sí, para ellos no hay complaint.
Sí, pero el complaint vino porque usted hizo el drive.
No, no, no.
Debe-
Yeah,
Lo
that-
hicimos
that's
esto porque
another-
arriba me dijeron que lo tape. Que
Mostly a
lo tape con grafín.
Creo
You
que
know,
el vecino-
I can
creo que
read
su
this and
vecino
say-
no hizo otro driveway.
in rear yard
Anda
only,
parqueando
but
encima
it
del
also
garaje
has to
igual.
be the driveway that goes to the rear yard.
Well, that's
You can't
what
park
Usted
it
ve
in
como
the
su
back.
vecino no hizo otro
Sí.
driveway.
Sí, sí.
Okay.
Some people could say, well, it's allowed in the rear
No
yard
se lo puedo
and
parquear
it's allowed
acá
in the
y yo se lo
driveway.
vuelvo área de.
But,
Ya,
but I would,
It's just
yeah.
clarification, really.
I
So,
would think, and also the other nail in the coffin would be there's obviously markings and signage on
oh,
it.
I got that. I got that.
So, I mean, that's my.
I know, but it does say all other vehicles.
I got you.
But maybe one clarification would be all other vehicles allowed in the zone. And then you go to the C zoning table and then you're gonna get the answer there.
And the
So
last,
what do we do with the truck, folks? That's the big thing, right? Right now, this started as a blight complaint.
correct,
What was blighted about this property?
extremely good question.
Oftentimes folks just don't understand the distinction between those.
Okay,
Hmm.
cause I'm looking in the lawn's cut. It doesn't look like sod.
Yeah, it's probably a matter of like
The
Tammy
fence is
said,
clean, the house is well kept.
I think folks sometimes when they file with, they don't necessarily know the difference between departments,
Mhm.
and they
call-
probably filed
call
it
the
with blight.
customer service number and complain about it, and they
Mhm.
send it over to blight.
Yeah, and then when, I guess when Steve saw this, he just sent it over to us saying, hey, not me.
Mhm.
Okay, so what do we do with the truck?
Shuttle
What
outs,
can you, what can you do? Can you find a place to park your truck?
We do that, but, they scratch, right now, we've moved it, but, it's so hard to find it because they scratch the damage already in the other side. They scratch it and then the people say, oh, no, we don't take care all over the cart.
Where do you park it?
We rented and the half an hour, it was, yes, it's in Norwalk.
Mhm.
But they scratch it the other side, and they say, when I say, what happened with the truck? No, we don't take care too much, so it's, you park.
Right, but where would?
It was in the house, or they
What's
say parking
available?
right, parking,
Norwalk,
park right.
We've run in, this is not the first time this has become an issue.
yeah, there are some commercial lots, where like there are like commercial vehicle storage allowed, I believe that it's allowed in CD, no, SLDF, for the industrial zones, that's allowed use. There are some places in Norwalk, there's some places outside the city, I'm sure, places like Bridgeport, Fairfield, they have some areas.
Well,
There are some
Norwalk.
there are some remedies here in Norwalk. I would suggest that the property owners maybe come in over the next rest of the, or later this week and next week and have that discussion with us.
Okay. Cause they have to move the truck before they can fix the drive.
Yo creo que quizás él le puede ayudar a remediar el problema con el camión, pero tienen que venir, o sea, durante la semana y hablar de ello.
Ya, lo que no queremos es que no tenga una salida porque
Yes,
no
I feel
tengan
like
problema para que el camión.
for September, just
No
get the
está
truck
fácil
out of the
porque
way
estaba
and we can seal
buscando,
the driveway
también veo,
after.
¿no? Lo arreglo es todo el área dentro, ¿no? Pero
Because one
hay
of them
en
were
otros
driving,
lados
so
están
yeah,
parqueados, mira,
really feasible.
comerciales, no solamente es mío,
Sí, pero
ahora mira, acá, mira, es comercial, porque si de repente no se ve estéticamente bonito, de repente el logo lo quito, entonces va a quedar blanco como si nada, como si no habría nada.
no, yo no puedo. Yeah, no.
Se lo voy a traducir,
Yeah, you
por
have
favor,
to ask
eso.
them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we would, I would suggest have them come in
But
either later this week or next week,
Mhm.
and we can have a chat about where there's potential to put these. It's a little more detailed and a little more, nuanced, I don't know how that goes in
Creo
Spanish,
que-
but than
que
we
venga
can do
durante
here.
la semana o durante esta semana la otra y ellos lo pueden ayudar, o sea, a donde hay potencial para ustedes parquearse o qué pueden hacer.
Ujú.
Oh, please, if you help me with that.
Well, it's up to them. I mean,
Yeah, tiene que ver con
Please, I
ellos.
already tell them, I have many problems in the house. I have a sister who is in the hospital, I have a baby, he doesn't working right now. Many complaints I have right now, please, can you understand me for that job?
Right, right, but they're gonna try to
Well,
help
how
find a
many,
place.
if I take it out the sign and everything?
He said, would it remediate the problem if they remove the lettering from the truck?
Unfortunately, no.
No cambiaría nada. Lo que pasa es que el camión está sobrepeso para lo que se puede parquear ahí. He keeps showing me a picture of his neighbor's house and he can't tell.
Even house parking the truck is no problem.
Which way?
It's commercial.
Out of curiosity,
Where's that?
which way?
No, en que, I think it's around the corner to go that way. Yeah, take a left, I think.
Well, that's a deli.
Well, you would take a left right here.
Oh,
down the
left, my
street.
bad, my bad.
What street is it?
Right, I
This
think.
is the Ascension.
Yeah, he said on this street.
On this street,
Yeah, Ascension.
well, we do have violations on this street, so I definitely do, I definitely do. Without knowing the
Yeah,
specific
somewhere.
address, I can't, and
Yeah,
plus we won't go
somewhere.
into that now, obviously.
Ya, sí está, Entonces, simplemente para que lo vean nada más en la.
He said that's.
Okay,
el
let's-
truck,
yeah,
parking,
box truck.
el comercio
Got it.
dentro.
I understand, I understand. I said,
Let's
well,
do this. We'll continue this to September 23rd
Lo van a continuar hasta septiembre 23.
and send them a letter.
well, yeah, once I'm
Le van
done.
a mandar una carta con la cita.
25th, whatever I
Yeah,
said.
something like that.
Y yo lo tenía ya,
Si
incluso,
te quiere que hagan algo, ponga el complaint a customer service. Ay, no sé qué.
What you're saying. right,
They
yeah.
will come in and talk to the staff.
Mhm.
Ok, que vengan.
Yeah.
Que vengan durante la.
Helping, you know, tell them where the zones allow it and
Ujú.
sort of help.
Digo que vengan durante la semana para que hablen con ellos, para que ellos le puedan, o sea, dar más información y le puedan,
And we'll have
como,
like,
dónde lo pueden,
solution.
o sea, dónde lo pueden poner o qué pueden hacer.
Ok,
tienen que venir abajo.
Septiembre
en el
21,
picture.
¿verdad?
23, September 23rd,
Yeah, I'll send a letter.
el 23 de septiembre,
Ujú.
2 p.m.
Yes.
a las 2, pero le van a mandar una carta.
Ok, una carta de.
Bien.
Ok. Hay una carta que dice acá, esta parte me dice de la multa, ¿no?
25th for
Ah,
the 25th, at least.
September 25th,
Yeah.
el 25 de septiembre.
Yeah, it's always gonna be a
Pero
Wednesday.
no vamos
And
a
I'll
tener
send a letter.
multa ni nada hasta.
Will they be getting fined till then?
acá
Uh,
dice.
No,
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 Ok.
nothing, no fun.
multa.
no fun.
Oh, thank you.
No, we understand you're trying, I understand you, trying to make do with what you have.
Thank you so
You've got a
much.
lot of things on your plate.
Well, could staff add to that, that things need to be removed, but you can't stay there.
I mean, you can't stay there and you gotta work this out somehow, so.
Yeah, el camión no puede estar ahí.
Ujú.
Eso es lo primero. Pero ellos entienden en la situación, le
Ujú.
quieren ayudar, pero tienen que mover el camión. That's all that they have to move the truck. And so,
Yeah, and
pase lo que pase, tienen que mover el camión.
mm,
Pero ellos le van a ayudar.
We'll work,
Lo
we'll
van a
work.
hacer.
yeah.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
You want?
It'll work
Yeah,
out,
you
just be patient.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
All right, now, 46 Silverman.
Yeah, they're here.
It's getting, you're behind me.
Ah, no.
You are Jonathan
Correct.
Neely.
She's my partner.
Oh, okay.
She's,
Yeah, ma'am, you are,
she's Jessica Grande, she's my wife.
oh, okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Renovation. Now this is brand new,
Yes.
and actually, he's got more time if he wants to request a hearing and dispute it and all that, but what's going on? What are we having?
So back in November, we received a complaint regarding unpermitted renovations.
Mhm.
Our office did a drive-by inspection in early January, and it didn't, it's a busy road. We didn't produce any visual evidence from the outside if any work was being done. So when I took over this new job, I sent an inspection request via certified mail on the 25th. And just for those who don't know, inspection requests, those are just if we receive a complaint and we're unable to see it through aerial imagery or from a drive-by, we send them just to get access to the property. So I sent that back in April 25th, and July 1st, I was contacted via email saying that I could do an inspection of the house,
Mhm.
and we scheduled it for the following week on this 9th of July. And I conducted the inspection and I confirmed that the house inside was entirely renovated. They added a deck to the back, there's enclosed a porch, no permits were taken out for the work. And John.
I'm there.
I skipped ahead, that's me. Photos are included of the, so that right there, that was the porch, that room in the back, which they covered up. You actually kind of see in that photo up to the left. Those are schematics, those are plans that were done up by an architect. They just never submitted to us. You scroll down, that is the new deck on the rear of the house. Very well done, the deck and the renovations, I will say that. And that's this example I use. All the rooms were labeled as if they were ready for a showing, like they labeled like all the
What's
bathrooms. This is CD1S, I believe. Renovated kitchen, and on the last photo, there is a newly created sink in the basement. That could cause some issues if they do not have any room for parking for an ADU in the back. Yeah, so I saw those photos, but I saw that in my inspection. I sent a notice of violation on the day after, on the 10th. I forwarded to the building department as well. The owner reached out to me the following week regarding what steps could be taken. An architect, the following week, an architect reached out to me and we met in office to discuss what plans will be needed. Me and the architect agreed that a survey will be needed, just to confirm
Who's
that.
the architect?
The architect is Diego Rodriguez. He actually is the same architect who worked on 7 Norvell.
So he's
He's drawing up plans.
drawing up plans or he
And-
already has plans?
Drawing up plans, I believe that's has plans, and he mentioned that they're gonna work on getting a survey as well.
Yeah, we're waiting for the survey. I think he told me like, 1 more week.
Okay,
And surveys do take a long time.
Oh.
We do know that there.
good for,
Yes.
for good surveyors. yeah.
It's pretty good survey. I definitely got into wrong business.
Do you, foresee any issues just on the compliance side of it?
The kitchen in the basement, that would create what's called an accessory dwelling unit. We count kitchens for units that need to provide the required parking. So the survey is being done, just confirm how much room is in the back if they can provide the parking. If enough parking is met to satisfy the 2 for the main unit, 1 for the ADU, we can be created an ADU, be all legal. We just want the survey to confirm that enough room will be made for
Okay.
parking. They'll probably need to create
And
some parking.
the deck is okay with setbacks and
Setbacks, yes, we
coverage okay?
coverage, okay, the survey will also confirm the coverage, we're not entirely sure for it, it's not the biggest lot, so we will do on the survey for the coverage. I did forward it to the building department, because I do wanna check, the safety of the deck, make sure it's installed right, and won't
Well,
collapse.
that'll go through the process,
Yes,
right?
that will,
You'll-
yes.
they'll bring CDs in
Mhm. Yes,
with a
yeah,
survey.
so yeah, they, homeowners and the architect have been working with me and,
And if it's, okay, if you sign off on it, then it goes to building for them to review.
correct, yes.
Okay,
Come on, it looks like we can, there's probably room to get into the back there. It's a matter, can we get the 3 legal spaces that are gonna be required?
And the survey will confirm or,
what's that, a garage in the back?
yes, that is a 2-car garage in the back. I do not believe any, my inspection, no work was done to that.
What do
there
they
should be,
need, three
yeah.
what do you need for?
3 total.
3 total.
So you got 2, you gotta probably add 1 adjacent to the garage.
Yeah, you could add some gravel. It'll be neat to fix.
What if you just park in the driveway?
That's a testy subject in this office, but, no.
It can-
Not
yeah,
for
tandem-
regulations.
Tandem parking is not permitted, so they cannot park, in line with the garage here or here, so really they're only out.
Just regulate.
It's in there, and it's gonna be even more codified to come October.
Okay, I
Uh,
know, but you got a lot of properties out there that are already built out and existing.
I know.
Okay,
yeah, so, the property owners and the architect have been in contact with me. Again, we're waiting for a survey. Those take a long time. So, and they haven't worked with me, no, disagreement there. But,
2
Progress.
months, is 2 months enough time or?
yes, just because of the nature of how long a survey takes, so yeah. But 2 months, they can get the survey, the permits can be approved by then. I feel like, October is a good date to continue this too.
So it looks like you're getting things in order.
Mhm.
Okay. Continue this to October 23rd,
October 23rd.
and I'm not gonna set a fine or anything because you're working through the system.
Okay.
What are you gonna do next time you wanna do renovations? Get permit.
No, I mean, my partner hired a company, a construction company, and we thought like, they're pulling all the permits and nothing, and, we just find out like, there's no problems.
You have to have a discussion with them then.
Yeah, we learned the lesson.
You live in this house or is this an investment?
It's gonna be an investment.
Well, then you're not gonna have the opportunity.
Not that it matters to zoning at all.
It does.
If it's an ADU, it doesn't need to
Because
be.
there's nobody living, it doesn't look like anybody's living.
When I did the inspection, it was good 100 degrees inside. I had a really quick inspection because I was dying there. But if it is an ADU, it does need to be owner occupied. So whoever the new owner is, as a condition, they could rent out
Sure.
they rented out, have a family member, but the owner on the deed will have to reside on the property.
It's basically if you go to create an ADU, you
No,
have to, the
you mean
owner
in the
has to be on the property.
yeah, in the basement, we're just trying to do like a family room.
Well, that's what we'll look at the plans
Yeah,
and
yeah.
all that, and see,
Okay.
I mean, ideally, creating the accessory dwelling unit would be the way to go. But we have other ways to, not have to go that route, but
Okay.
we'll wait for the plans and the survey to come in to
Okay.
make that.
If you're willing to remove the unit, then you don't need to provide the other parking space.
Yeah. I mean, we're not planning to put another apartment in the basement.
Then we need to talk about that.
Okay,
Yeah, so how-
if the kitchen's removed, we can go forward just like the architect.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
think it shows on the plans.
The plans were submitted to our office, yeah, so.
Oh, okay.
They were
You
not,
have- oh,
no, yes.
okay.
Because we're waiting.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, we get the.
But in the
plans, we
basement,
go
they
over and
proposed
see.
something small, like a small sink.
If, we won't, yeah, if you don't like do the ADU route, just have this be removed. This, like, you keep the room, you can have it finished, but if that's removed, then we can go forward just with the 2 parking spaces, much easier that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I tell the architect.
Sounds good?
All right,
Right, so you, I'll send you an email, in October.
all right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for everything.
I guess.
Thank you. 56 Nursery Street.
Yeah, fine, yeah.
This looks like brand new too.
Yes.
Yeah. Mario?
Yeah.
All right. Notice of violation on June 20th, and then TZI was contacted a week later.
Mandaron una carta de violación el 20 de junio. Y después se llamó, se contactó.
What was
al
the,
vecino después.
Substance of the contact on June 27th, just that he was getting a survey?
Correct, yes. It was not Mario's, business partner of his, I believe, this, asked what needed to be done, said that they were working on a survey. I've been here, I forgot what pages on the
Llamó
presentation.
entonces dijo que estaban.
They did include the contract for the surveyor, so I do have faith the money has been
Okay.
paid. That survey is being done, just to confirm coverage, and, everything meets setbacks. Right,
I have the contract for the.
There you go.
yes, yeah,
And up on the screen here.
right here, so yeah.
Man, you're good.
Survey was contacted, like in the previous presentation, they do take a long time, surveyors to be done, so I totally
Did he
understand.
give you an estimate of how long it's gonna take?
¿Hay un estimado de cuánto tiempo se va a tomar?
They say like 2 months, probably 2 or 3 months.
Which tracks, yeah. I
Okay.
didn't include the whole contract, it was personal information, but just it.
Is this? Well, let me just see. Construction of a garage, is it just the construction of a garage or how much more to it?
Yeah, so it's, it goes to photo, so,
I guess.
so, yeah.
Jumping around a little here, come on, there we go.
It's a pretty much, just that garage circled in the back, that
In
was,
the
just
back?
yes, that was created without permits.
How long ago?
Creo que consiguieron un garaje.
In 2022 aerial photos, it confirmed that it wasn't there,
Really?
so
I'm up
within
there,
like a year and a half.
I'm not.
Yeah, so the photo. we have of
Like a
March.
storage, and
Yeah,
then,
no. There was a little guy in the back here by the looks of it, but not,
Yeah, it looks like that was.
Oh,
Oh,
torn
the other
down
one's
before.
up closer.
Yes.
yeah, there's this here. and
What's the
then-
date on that picture?
This is aerial photography, March 22nd, 2022.
When did you build this?
¿Cuándo lo construyó?
in 2022.
Okay, so that's, we're accurate, right?
Yeah, they building one, they is a metal. I use for storage and also for motivate my son because we have a classic car. and
What
we-
is it?
It's a Toyota 86. Yeah, but we like the motorcycles too, and
What kind of motorcycle?
quads and Honda.
No.
Like Japanese.
How much fine do you want?
I think they're eligible for it.
There's a Harley guy over there.
Yeah, I can't afford it, too expensive motorcycle.
So that garage is,
This
built
guy
without
right
permit.
here, yeah.
Yes, correct, yeah. It looks like a prefabricated, so that's probably,
yeah,
that's
it's
why
like
built
metal,
today.
right? That's
Yeah,
the
so you're
metal.
saying that it's just, it's a
So it
prefab
look like it
frame.
complies with this
Yeah.
kind of code we get close.
It's getting kind of close,
But you
getting,
could probably move it. Is that, you could move that? If you had to?
we're
Yeah,
not,
probably move the whole
Move
thing.
it, okay.
Well, let's see, let's get.
What do you wanna, what are we doing? Is this just something getting built without a permit?
correct, yes. And I got a complaint from a neighbor regarding it.
You're on, there's Nursery Street.
It's not really, great. But it's not really a great.
When is that picture?
This is from, oh,
The
hang
maker
on, this-
kinda outdated.
hang on. Uh, well, the aerial
Image
photo
tables.
is, yeah, you can't trust Google on the aerial photos here.
Yeah, well, they don't
Use
usually have a
near
date on
maps.
it, no?
Well, on the street view, they do.
Yeah, but they also have it on the aerial.
It does say 2024.
It says 2024. but
Yeah, it says image date.
Yeah, it's, hang on.
If you can click off that little block there.
Oh, imagery, yeah, it says imagery 2024.
From an Airbus. No blowings.
Yeah, right
Wow.
there.
Didn't make it.
Yeah, right there, 2024.
What about the rest of the house? Any work done on the house?
No evidence of work done. though.
Just so it's just a garage?
Correct, yes.
Oh, okay.
Do wanna make sure the garage is all permitted though. so-
This is like half acre zone, right?
Yes, acre, I believe, CD1L. So since it's
Yeah, but
CD1L,
it's-
so
but
large,
it's-
they're larger setbacks,
Yeah,
so
but it's this is not an acre lot.
don't believe so, no. Survey will confirm.
How much land is this?
I think it's half,
Half acre?
yeah, I have the old surveyor for, when the house was building.
Oh, that's the,
Yeah, that's the
subdivision.
number
Yeah.
3,
that's an old.
It's 100 wide by
yeah.
2, 100 by 217, so 21,000, so half an acre, yeah. Probably an acre.
Right, what would and they made that CD1L over there?
I'm not even sure it should,
Could you,
half acre
You
should be
have
one
the-
M.
can you pull
Yeah.
up the,
I got it, but yeah, it is.
Yeah.
it seems like there's a little green area over there.
That would be civic zone. I hope it's not in there. That's the city zone.
No, it's,
I would hope it's
That's,
not.
I think that's the merit, though.
Yeah,
it's
but
4 feet from the line.
That's the government stuff. I would hope it's not that. Let me see here. I got it, man.
It was a mega,
56, or 6.
so it was a mega survey when I buy the house. And I never asked for the map.
Hmm.
And they do.
Well, you would have gotten it in a title search.
This
This
is
is foreclosure.
Yeah, when I buy it.
Wow, no, it is.
City 1L.
So it's, and one, yeah,
Previously was, I would say, AAA.
yeah,
Yay.
so yeah,
Wow.
CD1L does have pretty restrictive side setbacks, so.
Oh,
Don't employ you, I know what I'm talking about every now and
It's like 25 feet.
So,
then.
he may need to move it. That's
Yeah,
not,
so creo va a tener que
the
mover.
survey will
Can you
say,
get a variance?
variance can be sought after for
I
this,
mean,
is,
it's kind of a tight, it's a half acre thing, and then the
an
race.
acre zone,
change.
yeah. So,
Well, I mean, not that.
this is why the zoning board exists,
If
for
we
if you
can
have
move it a few.
a
feet.
zoning hardship, it is up to the.
That would argue that'd be a self-created hardship, so.
Sure.
Well, sure, I mean, that. Depends on what era the ZBA is in.
We are in the era of what's the hardship?
Right, so
Here,
this is CD1L,
L.
and let's see what the setback is. Dan.
Yeah, I can get those up there too. if you want. I mean, There's full of tricks here.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It's 30 on the side.
So you got a 30 on
Oh,
the
wait,
side.
except
Or you
for
got
this is
30.
attached or detached?
Detached.
Detached is only 10.
For
Yeah.
CD1L.
Yep.
What is it?
Coming up right
10
here.
feet on
Coming
the
up.
side.
For like a shed.
Right here, accessory building, this is a detached garage, we treat it like a shed. And the side setback is only 10 feet, the rear setback is 5 feet. May have a little trouble with the front setback. The front setback is the 40
You mean the
feet
building?
minimum.
That double crazy thing.
Yeah, the double up, yeah, so it's gonna be 40 foot, 40 plus 60, 40 plus 20, that's 60, I don't know if that means 60 feet.
Tienen que ser 60 pies de la calle.
The parkway.
No, not from
20
the
feet,
parkway,
yeah,
from
basically,
the
it's gotta
street.
be 20 feet behind the building. behind
He's
the
gotta
front of
be,
the
well,
building.
if he wants a rough estimate, we'll see when the survey comes in, but a rough estimate would be, he has to be 60 feet from the
60 feet
curb,
off the street.
60 feet off the
But
street,
the right
that's a
of way.
rough
Te va,
estimate,
va
yeah.
a depender del survey, pero,
Yeah, but you're allowed 5 feet off the river.
Yeah.
creen
Put it all the
que
way
lo va a
back if you
tener,
want
va,
to.
que tiene que estar 60 pies del sidewalk, de la calzada.
Then his Honda will have to go through the mud to get to the garage.
Yeah, so if you want to take a quick look when you go home, then take a tape measure from the street and see if it's 60 feet. If it's not 60 feet, you're gonna go back.
I think we have like 200 feet from the road,
You do.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
for the whole
from the whole
property, but I
property,
mean,
yeah.
where it is now, see where the garage is now.
Mhm.
If it's not, if it's less
All
than
right, what did-
60 feet,
what
you're
did you
gonna have
wanna
to
do?
move it, gotta move it back.
This one I
No, es que
wanted
es más-
to,
60
keep
pies
to
por la
October,
calzada de la
just
calle.
enough time to get a
Ya
survey
busqué
in.
a donde llega el building.
Cause he has the plans already for like the prefabricated, so he has the
Está
plans,
más
so just waiting
o
on the survey,
menos.
if he needs to move it, we can draw it in.
No, yo creo que hay más.
How much?
Digamos que tiene que ser,
Let you 60% of the.
si tiene 60,
I'll take
está
so.
bien,
Not
¿no?
not me.
No tiene más, creo que hay como,
Yeah, not me.
hay más de 100.
He say he thinks that it's at least 100, more than 100 feet away from the road.
Wait.
We'll wait
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
survey.
yeah.
You can probably like.
We'll wait for the survey though, just to be on the safe side.
Yeah, because it's 300 feet.
It's
the
the
whole
property, yep.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, it goes back to the merit there, yeah.
yeah.
You're like the last full property in Norwalk.
Mhm.
All right, we're gonna continue this to October 23rd at 2 P M.
Vamos a continuar para el 23 de octubre.
This one is less than a letter.
Yeah.
Okay. I need to wait for the survey, right?
Yes, yeah, so yeah, when you get that survey, just bring it in with us, to office and we could, see where it's at, and if it needs to be moved, show you where, hopefully it doesn't need to be moved.
So,
Yeah.
Hey, keep in touch.
Mhm.
thank
Don't
you.
let it fall through the cracks, because you're in the system, so you gotta make
Okay.
sure you get this done.
Thank you, appreciate
All
it.
right?
Thank you, yeah.
Gracias.
Take care, everyone.
See you, Luis, thank you, buddy.
Luis.
See you tomorrow.
I'll send you a letter,
That's
whatever,
October 20.
20,
Hang on, I got it.
or
Hang on, I got it.
23rd, I'll send a letter.
Yeah,
Okay.
October 23rd.
Okay, perfect, thank you.
Yeah,
Have a great day.
yeah,
Same
take
with
care.
you?
Yeah, my son 14 and my daughter's 12.
Hi.
Hi, almost going back to school. All right.
Yeah, he go to-
Enjoy the days off.
Yeah, he go to high school and she's still in the 7th grade.
Oh yeah, 14 freshmen, right?
Yes,
So, have fun.
yeah, he go to Fairfield Prep.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah,
Good school. How about your daughter?
she is on All Saints School in
All Saints?
Yeah.
Another good school.
Yeah, we are Catholic. We member from St. Matthew Church.
Hmm.
Yeah, I never know we need a permit because I asking the guy. We need a permit, but we
Yeah.
find out.
Yes.
You're not the only
You're
one.
not the only one. Yeah, don't worry, you're
You're
not the only
All
one.
right, good luck.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great
Take care,
day.
Good luck at school.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Play sports.
8 Kendall Court.
8 come to court, yes.
Only dragged out.
This is our favorite one, the boat storage.
Yeah, what's up with this?
No update as of yet. He sent me an email, yesterday after, I notified him about the hearing. He said. What's left?
Which one is this?
This is the one that was,
The one that the guy's been keeping it in his driveway for 20 years and.
yeah,
Yeah, moving it here, moving it there.
Mhm.
everywhere.
They moved a bit.
And then in the middle of everything, I learned that you've come up with a little bit of a clarification
Yes,
on boat parking. And so what does he need to do to make this work?
Well,
move it to the back,
Move it to the back and somehow put something
some
around it?
screening for it.
Okay. And is he like dropping off the radar here or is he still in touch?
He's still like, still in touch, not as frequent as it was over the summer. He's heading on vacation. Lucky him. He wants to set up a meeting when, he gets back to. He's still blaming the, mechanic, still being worked on. Not the best mechanic if it's all summer. I was very annoyed by my boat owner. It took me all summer to get my boat fixed. The speed might be difficult to get down there.
Continue, what do you want? Continue to September 25th?
I believe that's what I said. That's what I said.
we're fixing the boat rigs, right?
He has a commercial mechanic come out and work on the boat at his property?
That's not a problem.
September, yes. 25th.
No, only the problem, not running a business.
I don't think it's part of the presentation.
No, that's okay,
I do have a photo.
I have, it's probably here in this photo as well. Hey, look at that, what do you know?
This one, yeah. That one, yeah. Yeah, the other one, the Rowan that got closed, because the boat went away.
We're out of boats.
This is the one where I talked about non-conforming.
Yes.
It's been there for so long, off and on.
Oh,
I'm sorry, so,
But I believe we only have one more. Two more.
yeah, I got two.
Yeah. Slow.
51 East Avenue
Yes.
is the.
Johnson painting, yes.
which one do you wanna do first, our company?
Why didn't the owner, come today,
I believe it's a work thing. The same situation with last month's hearing.
Ken-
It was small company and he claims that he's the only one who knows what he's doing, which I've worked for small companies before at tracks.
do the work commitments? Right.
Thank you.
So. 51 East Avenue, what are we doing?
Okay,
This thing seems to go around in circles.
yes,
He found a place for his trucks?
yes, so we were last here,
No evidence of outside storage?
yes, so. If you go through the presentation, the last this hearing form from last time, we continue today. He has been in contact with our office regarding a new place on Connecticut Avenue to store his vehicles where it can be allowed and permitted. Permit has been created, hasn't been created yet. Apologize for this photo.
Do you need a permit for the parking?
Yes, because
If it's already a parking lot?
the problem lies in, he can only be considered one thing, and what's, our nuances and perhaps disagreements aside, he has to, we're gonna consider him a commercial vehicle storage lot. And because he has vehicles that are under a 1 ton capacity, you can have a lot for that, so you have to, that's a separate use which requires a permit. In the zone he's going, Connecticut Avenue, that use is no longer permitted. However, the previous use there was Norwalk taxi. Those are commercial vehicles under a 1 ton capacity, so we're letting them go in as a continuation of that use.
Okay, so here's a trivia question.
Let's go for it, love it. I'll take zoning for 200, Alex.
For a commercial use that requires parking based on square footage, you can satisfy the parking by leasing parking spaces on other off-street properties within 600 feet.
That is correct.
So does that convert the lot where the least parking spaces are as a lot that's got two uses on it
Which one's this, the on Connecticut Avenue?
anywhere?
Well, anyway, the lease spaces are just to make up for what the property does not
Right.
have physically.
Right.
So as long as the property that's being leased has the excess spaces, it's not changing the use of that property unless,
How do you know?
unless the use of that. So for example, if they were an office and they had regular passenger vehicles that they need to meet the parking requirement, go ahead and lease out.
Yeah.
This, however, is a commercial vehicle storage yard, which is no longer permitted. So he could not transfer any part of that use onto another property, which that use did not exist prior. So he can't go down the road to Best Buy and say, hey, I need some spaces, do y'all got some? Well, no, you're parking commercial
I
vehicles there, you
guarantee you,
can't.
Best Buy has the minimum
Oh, they have
requirement.
oodles of spaces, but we would not permit that because now they're transposing part of their use, commercial vehicle storage yard lot,
So.
over to Best Buy, which is not permitted, and they never
It's
had
the
that
the
right.
fact that it's a different use.
Right, and that use is technically not permitted, we're
Right, so
trying to
what are we doing?
let them.
For this one, for 51 East Avenue, I cannot look anyone in the eye and say there's an active violation there. If the problem does recur, we can always, go straight to the citation process, as the 1 year.
So are you withdrawing this
I-
because it's now in compliance?
In my opinion, that's in compliance and that we close the matter. And if it pops up, we can bring it back, we can go straight to the citation route.
I definitely would approve of that there, counselor, as well, I think
What
that.
if you are, oh, DZI,
And I didn't include it on the presentation, but they switched to storing a different type of vehicle, which I think looks better.
Is, yeah, I saw that today.
Couldn't wait to get that in.
Yeah, couldn't wait to get
Yeah.
that. So it's a nice vehicle.
It's fancy.
Lot
I
better
don't think
than the painting truck.
That's definitely not a commercial vehicle.
Remember green machines?
Yeah, yeah, like, yes. Why does nobody show up for your hearings? Everything comes to mind.
You got notice.
Better than sign.
One more, yeah, one.
19 Slover.
A weird one.
I'm very familiar with that one.
Western. This is what he's storing there now.
Much
Very loud.
Much nicer than what was there before.
Not a commercial vehicle, no violation.
Slocum, 19 Slocum.
Yes. No representation here. He is out of the country, he said. It is August vacation season.
No.
I don't.
Yeah, no, even though he did get notice last time. This is one interesting case.
This one was here last time.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Okay, I thought this was new.
Oh, no.
Fair enough, no.
Number 2.
Perfect.
All right, so I have a bunch of notes here. Fire marshal eviction notice.
Yes.
What do they do? Posted as unfit?
Yes,
What's the status of that?
so like, yeah, right after the hearing on July, I conducted he invited me to inspect and he said the problem was done. He should have submitted plans, but I'm willing to work with him to see if that's actually the case, to check it out. So on the 30th of July, I went over and first thing I saw was the order to vacate from the fire marshal.
Who signed it?
That would be Stephen Ortiz, Fire Marshal Ortiz.
Okay.
Yeah, there was someone living there, so.
Somebody was living there?
When I did
With
my
that-
first
when it's
inspection,
posted?
not there,
Oh.
but my
Yeah,
prior
it's-
inspection,
Okay.
I forwarded it to the
He
fire.
posted this on 6/7.
Are there any other violations that concern the zoning folks?
Right there, the kitchen is still in the 3rd unit. I tested out, the water is still running. That was the issue, was a 3rd unit, they had a kitchen. They removed the bedroom features, but the kitchen's still there and the bathroom's still there. Bathroom's legal, you're allowed to have finished space in the attic. However, that was a bedroom.
Does it look like
That they entered that, they cleared that.
Does it look like it was laid out so that it's a separate unit?
Yes, and when I did my first inspection, it definitely was.
So this is not like rooming house rooms? These
No,
are-
yeah, it's
these are
just,
apartments.
yes, because in that property,
With
they.
separate utilities and separate whatever.
Exactly, as far as zoning standpoint, they could do a 3rd unit, however, the health department and fire marshal deemed that they cannot have a 3rd unit in that. Attic, so to
Why?
satisfy zoning, they'll have to remove the kitchen to revert back to why, I'm not sure, I'm just.
Well, if you're allowed, well,
Well, we would approve it and then it'd go to those departments, they'd ax it,
Mhm.
and they'd have to come back showing the removal of that unit.
Mhm. So even though the tenant's
Well,
not there.
Let me, all right, let me just ask you.
Sure.
When you do an application and you have to do the city hall walk
Mhm.
and get all the sign offs,
Mhm.
and then go over to fire marshal and get a sign off.
Mhm.
And if you don't get all of those, you can't, you can't go any further with zoning, right?
Correct, yeah.
Does this have the same problem?
For this one will, oh, they will, if they kept it as a third unit, they'll never be able to get their CO because I believe even the building department wouldn't let them get, have that be a third unit. So the building department sees that it failed health and fire inspections, they won't issue that CO on that aspect. And, even if it complies from a zoning standpoint, if other departments won't give it the okay, they can't get the CO from the building department.
They could get the parking or,
They could get the
Well-
parking, yes, and it's a multifamily zone, so. If they had no issues with health and fire, we would let them,
Well,
work with them to get a third
Right,
unit,
but in a situation where, let's say, somebody has a two-family and they wanna finish the attic,
Mhm.
they'd need a permit.
Yes, and it would have to be
Zoning and a
integral.
building permit to finish the attic, so
Mhm.
they come in and what would they need before you would give them a permit? Does he have to go through the city hall walk or?
Yeah, because renovations were done without permits like that.
No,
was
no,
never
no, I'm
pushed.
just talking.
Oh, in general, yeah,
Yeah, like it's a two-family to begin with, and he
Mhm.
wants to put an addition on or, you know, fix up the attic or whatever.
Mhm.
And he wants to come in and here's my construction drawings, my zoning permit application, my building permit application.
Mhm.
What else does he need before he can bring that stuff in and have you process it? Does he
that's-
have to go to fire and health and all that? No?
no,
To obtain the building permit, you need all of the other departments for the first step.
So Billy's office is gonna require that.
correct, yes.
right, in theory, somebody who's finishing an attic, they just have to meet our criteria today, which is simply, it can't be more than what, 60% or below? No?
No, the other one, it's,
Don't have it.
ceiling
Oh,
height.
you got that
so, yeah.
very clear, height regulation, yeah.
Now we do, but
That's-
whatever the regulations, they can come in with an application that meet our criteria,
Mhm.
and we're compelled to approve. It. But they can go to the building department and they say, oh, no, this doesn't meet X, Y, and Z, health department doesn't meet X, Y, and Z. They're gonna come back and they have to show drawings altered to meet those requirements. And in a case, and then
So I
kind of
guess
falls
the
back.
question is, can you deny it because they can't show compliance with the other codes?
And if we go letter of the law, in theory, no, we can't. But we know, but we kinda, it's kinda like, lack of better terms is.
So you sit down with the owner or the applicant and you say, you're too early here, you gotta.
Well, it's not even that, we know going at, the health department, fire marshal were very kind, and they sent us notification, hey, we can't approve this being living space. So rather than have the property go through the exercise of getting us our approval, and then they're just gonna get denied anyway, we-
Paying for plans.
yeah, paying for surveys, paying for plans, and they're just gonna get denied anyhow. We, it was a courtesy to them to say, look, you're not gonna get approved, let's cut out the, cut the fat here and just, let's get what's gonna be compliant.
And on a selfish note, will create at the end more work, more needless work for us when we're already understaffed and. I'll leave it
We
at
don't
that.
get this too often there, Counselor, where we get a heads up from the other departments, that's not gonna pass. But when we do, we kind of don't want the property owner going through the exercise if they don't have to.
Why isn't there a section here on zoning permits?
Oh, and it's
Eight,
it's 8, 10. 8.
8, 10,
Oh, yeah.
one of these have a,
I don't know how many numbers on these things. Oh, did I say that?
which one?
I got it.
One way, I have it.
Okay. I know where it is. Yeah, it's Article
Oh,
8
here we
there.
go, 8.4.10.
That's,
Yes.
yes, I think it's B, I think.
I think, yeah, B is application, C is CLC, I believe.
Oh, here it is.
Here, oh, wow, look at that one, right to it, look at.
Whew.
Oh, they went in the audience, I don't.
No,
I just, okay.
no, I mean,
It just-
I've been watching.
Okay.
Everybody likes my hearings.
Kind of offended.
Sounds like I did the same thing. Nothing in here about, any other, what do we used to call it? You get all the departments, you get SEAC.
In the permitting process, we are,
Such other information concerning the lot, building site, or other land at all adjacent. Or other land as may be deemed necessary by the planning and zoning director, DPW. Any public land. No. Okay. So what would you, what do you?
yeah, to remedy this, he does need a submit plan showing either unfinishing that attic or making it integral to the second unit. I believe I recommended this being, I wanna like I wanna touch base with this, as soon as possible, so the next hearing in September. Have him come in and, he said
How
he,
did this come in the first place? You
This-
start off May sixth, inspection request sent after referral from health.
Yes, the health
Department.
department.
They find out about it.
I believe the tenant complained to them regarding, just unsafe
Oh.
conditions. In that third unit, I believe, and that's why I was evicted. And we have Funda.
Well, that oftentimes is what happens. You get an eviction notice and the first thing you do is call up the city and
Mhm.
find a violation,
Mhm,
because then you don't have to pay rent.
right. And when I did my first inspection, it was very unsafe.
But they
conditions.
changed the law because people were doing it after they got the eviction notice and they changed it so you have to do it before you get your eviction notice. NOV, so how many, so that fire marshal eviction notice, now, do we? Wondering if. Did he ask for an extension or continuance, or just tell you I'm not coming because I'm rather.
I believe it was. I think it was just, can't make it, I'm out of the country.
Yeah, this is on the screen.
To read the email verbatim, hello, Mr. Ian Hall, I don't know kitchen counters there, I sent, for the record, he does have a mobility issue, so I doubt he's ever been that third floor.
Oh, wow.
He has a mobility issue, so, and it's very steep, unsafe stairs to get up to the third floor, so I'll be shocked if he ever been inside that third floor. I don't know kitchen counters there, I just sent messages to the guy who worked for me, told him to take it out, I don't know why you need the plan for it, I'm out of the country now, I'll be back the 27th. Soon I will come back and call or email you.
Here's my notes. Can we assess a fine and close the file? Fire marshal can follow up on the third floor unit. Is that the whole house that's posted or just the third unit?
Just the third unit. There are people in the second, first floor.
And then you can issue a new citation if
If
there's
one,
no progress. That makes sense?
it does, yes.
Okay, so you sent him the citation July 2nd,
Yes,
and maybe the day after. You,
Gotcha.
and you got no hearing request, right?
No formal hearing.
He showed up on the tenth.
Mhm.
Oh, he submitted an application.
Application, no plans, it was just the, I have that part here, it was just the application form and said, I'll get you plans later. And plans never came later.
Well, if. So back to my question, can we assess a fine and close the file? He's got an application pending, but he needs to file a set of plans.
Yes, cause it was, to be honest, it was very, it was less than bare bones, it's just our
Yeah, I
application
know.
form with,
And I can tell by the tone of his email that he's questioning why he has to submit plans. Well, that's what you need to do.
Mhm.
The fire marshal's on top of him, right?
Yes, and as in the health department.
Now, do you know? Cause I mean, he didn't contest this. He didn't ask for a hearing.
Mhm.
So, and he was here in July.
Mhm.
What did you got my note from July?
I got it up here, there.
I don't keep these, I leave them.
There you go.
Fire marshal, enforcement, owner working with staff to resolve zoning application. Okay. How much of a fine? When did, you basically do a fine,
We do, 5 days after the initial citation.
I got that. So that'd be July 7th.
how much is the fine?
We're about to find out. July 7th to today.
Mhm. So minimum 150. So 45 days, so 45 times 150,
6750 is what we're up to.
the max fine allowable by state.
The fine for each citation shall be $150 or the maximum allowed by E-12A, which right now is $150. Each occurrence of a violation. Each day following the fifth day after the finish. It constitutes separate violations. The problem we have, this is not easy to follow. So it's 100. Has he paid the fee?
We have not assessed the fine.
No, the fee for the zoning permit.
Oh, no, because we take payment after approval.
How much is that?
Interior renovations will be $160.
60 of that for the state.
60 of that for the
60 for the
state.
state, yeah.
50 of that's for the state?
60, so we'll only get 100 out of it.
Why don't I put $150 fine on this? It is a violation.
Yeah.
He didn't ask for a hearing. He's deemed admitted,
Mhm.
so I don't need to take testimony. We close the matter. You could track it as much as you want, like any other open,
Mhm.
as far as you're concerned, because he's got something pending.
Mhm.
The fire marshal has enforcement action underway.
Mhm.
You're certainly able to follow up with, fire marshal and the health department
Mhm.
on the status.
Mhm.
And get a little more specific reason why, and if you're satisfied that it's not gonna move anywhere until. It's posted, I mean, that's a big deal.
Mhm.
So why don't
Yeah.
you have any problem if I just do that?
We prefer a higher fine. You're saying just $150?
Well,
We're not looking for something outrageous, but
no, I got this,
Mhm.
but I'm just looking at the way the fine for each citation. One citation,
Mm-hmm.
150, but then it says each occurrence of a violation.
technically, you
Let me
probably
look
say
at-
how many days do
Let me
you
look at eight
uphold our
twelve.
violation?
Mhm.
Let me look at the, do I have 812 here?
I can look it up if need be. I got most of them saved. If need be.
812. Okay. No. What did I do with it? Just do it search rate, 8-12 small a. Oh, there you go.
Mm-hmm. Everything but works.
12A, that's us.
Violation continues.
Here, sorry, Bob.
Oh.
Sorry, I was trying to be kind and, get everybody.
No, I was actually able to read it.
Oh, sorry, yeah. I know if Attorney Oberst watched, I apologize. I'm used to his eyesight being here, not.
All right, hold on.
Yeah. I can start wearing my glasses to work. That's too much better for me.
No fine imposed under the authority of this section may exceed $150 for each day a violation continues. Any fine shall be payable to the treasurer of the municipality. The hearing procedure for any citation in accordance with, that's what we're doing, here. So it's $150. The way the ordinance is written, it's, is it 5 days or 10 days?
It's 5 days after the date on the citation. So it's the 7th. In this case, it's the,
So it's from day 6.
so it would be
After
from.
5 days, all right, do you have the citation?
Yes.
Coming up. No, it's not on. Well, the citation
yes.
date's right here. Here, I got the date.
Yeah,
I want to see the dates.
I want to see the citation, so.
Me too. Right here. Citation, certified mail, and here's our constable service receipt showing that he was served.
This is,
Our constable
Peter
service.
Bondi.
Mhm.
Okay, so. $150 as of, and when was he served?
It was sent out by mail the 2nd, so Bondi's pretty good with doing it within the next.
Yeah,
day or
so
so.
it's usually in the top corner of his service, his date of service, upper right-hand corner, I think.
No, I got it on the return, it was served
The 3rd, oh, day after.
7/3/2024.
5 days after.
So. Plus 5. Is 7, and I'll count. I'll make it 8 to give them the benefit of
Mhm.
weekend and holiday, because it's the 4th and then the weekend.
Right.
All right, so that's 7 or 11. And then, 30. Wait, 8, 11. Would give us.
I have a calculator here,
Don
Colin,
did put it up.
if you want me to. I have a calculator here if you need it.
Oh,
What day would you like me to put in here?
The end date.
The end date.
today,
Oh, there you go, 41 days.
That is a bit less than that.
yeah, that's what I had, I got it here.
Nice. Yeah. 6/150.
$6,000.
Mhm.
is, do you get a sense of, a lack of cooperation, or I don't care, or
It's more,
I'm just gonna throw something at you and get you to go away?
I don't think it's malice like that. I think it's more, oh, this is okay, and no, it's not. Oh, okay, I'll work on something else, and oh, like I'll get you better, and just it's more like lackadaisical.
Do you have an idea of when this was actually constructed? How long he's had a
No idea.
person in there?
No idea. It could have been in the nineties, probably now, because the reason how we got it cited, it was in the 1980s. We had it as a two-family, so I'm guessing sometime
On the
after
field
the
card?
yes, on the field card. It was marked as
Oh, let me see.
single family, it's two-family. So I'm assuming anytime between that field card being created and
And it's been two-family ever since on this, right?
yes, we always had it as a two-family. So that unit was created without
Year
permits or.
built 1920. So nobody really knows. Let's see.
Attorney Madison, for your, are you looking, which field card are you looking?
The
at?
1981.
On the up-to-date field card, which is on the screen here. It says here, at least in 2013, they tried to do an assessment, the tax assessor. They were, interior refusal, so they did not get in there, and then they tried again in 2018,
Was it
refusal
a
again,
refusal or didn't respond?
refusal.
Here, that we did.
If you want. Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a now, at that time, was it the same owner? I can try and figure that out.
Well, this has a note, attic.
Oh,
door.
yeah, yeah, no, if you look there, the record of ownership in
Federal,
in 2011 was the same owner as it is today. So I mean, he refused entry by the tax assessor in 2013, 2018, and he hasn't even answered for the 2023.
Well, let's,
He
So
doesn't-
my assumption there, to be my usual self, is that he knew he had a problem.
oh, yeah.
And he's not, and now he's kind of dragging his feet, knowing that the rubber's met the road.
Do you record notice of violation on the land records? Is there anything in the regs about that?
In our regs, no. State, I believe, does not
If
require us
there's
to
something in
do
the
so.
statute about it, I think.
In 7/152C? I
No.
don't think, or
In the
in
zoning regs.
our zoning regs,
No, I'm sorry, the zoning
Mm.
statutes.
chapter 8,
Try,
8,
you're in the ballpark there, but, all right, so.
it's 8. So just make sure 8,
I feel like we looked at that previously, and it's not.
well, I'm gonna just, I'll double check, this is what I did. Variances, penalties. No. That's all would be under 152, that's why.
Do a search. Go to the little three
Yeah,
dots
I
in
know.
the upper right.
What we wanna search here, I don't wanna say land records, it's gonna come up a
No,
thousand.
no.
times.
Record.
Oh, you got, not in there, up at the top right,
I got it.
where J is.
Oh, yeah, I got it, I got the search. up.
Oh,
It's not hidden, yeah.
Just notice of violation.
Land records, just do.
Ooh,
land
that's-
records.
Only 8, well. 7, all right, let's go then. Approval, here,
That's gotta be a special permit.
that is, yeah, that's all special, yep, village to
Oh,
village
yeah.
district,
Hit,
yep.
there's only 7.
Yep.
Silvermine Town.
Zoning commission, public hearing, no.
No.
No,
That's a history, no. Variances, special permit, special
No.
exceptions, no. Nope. Board of Appeals,
no.
that's it. Back here.
No. All right,
I thought, well, I think I know what you're talking about, I thought it was, just my own curiosity here, I really thought it was under, 7/152.
no. That's a decision under what we're doing here. All right, so now, Mr. Hall, do you certify that the property owner at 19 Slocum Street has not requested a hearing
Not to my
on this
knowledge,
violation.
not to my knowledge.
All right, and would you put that certification in writing for the file?
Yes.
All right, I'll accept the verbal certification for now. And so based on the documents that are in the zoning file on this violation, I'm making the following findings. On July 3rd, 2024. I'll strike that. On July 2nd, 2024. Deputy Zoning Inspector Ian Hall issued a citation for zoning violation for 19 Slocum Street. Articulating the statute, the regulation and the nature of the violation with an as to how to cure the violation. The citation also includes the required language warning of $150 fine commencing on the 5th day after the date of the citation, which is consistent with the section 117-5, which contains in subsection A, a $150 fine for the citation itself, and in subsection B, an additional violation for each day following the 5th day. So the calculation of the fine commences on day 5 and continues. The citation was indicated here, certified in regular US mail and constable service. So relying on constable service, there's a return here. Constable Peter Bondi, confirming service of the citation on July 3rd, 2024 to Badrul A. Shaduri, 29 Spruce Street, Norwalk, Connecticut. And according to the return, it was in hand. So this was personal service. So I'm finding that there was actual notice based on the certification from Mr. Hall, the property owner, Mr. Chaudhry, did not request a hearing, and pursuant to the regulations, failing to request a hearing constitutes, within 10 days of the citation being served, constitutes an admission of the violation. So now we come to the, and I also reviewed documents in the file consisting of tax assessors' field cards with information regarding the number of dwelling units and some additional information indicating a refusal when requested for inspection of the interior on a couple of occasions over the years. And finally, the violation itself is creating a third unit without permits. I also note, and this is also based on information in the file, that the Norwalk Fire Marshal has posted that third unit as not inhabitable and must be vacated. And finally, there's no indication from the property owner that there is compliance. The record contains a partial, very scant application for a zoning permit with no plans. And rather than comply with the plans, there's an email from the owner questioning why plans are necessary. But plans are necessary with zoning permit applications. If I were to assess a fine of $150 commencing on July 11th, and I'm using July 11th because that's the 8th day after the July 3rd service, one day being July 4th, and 2 more days being a weekend. So commencing giving the owner the benefit of the doubt on July 11th through today, the maximum fine is $6,000. I'm not gonna impose that much. Rather, I'm gonna assess a fine of $2,500. In my discretion as the hearing officer. And, no, that fine would have to be paid before a zoning permit is issued for the corrective action that's necessary. And I will, having imposed a fine, I see no need to keep this matter open other than for enforcement of or collection of the fine. All right?
Okay.
So that is my ruling and if you'll. And we can close this. Is there any other matters that I need to address, or is this the last one?
This is the last one.
Okay, I think we can close the hearings for the day.
Everybody,
The next hearings will be September 25th, 2024 at 2 p.m. And following that, October 23rd, 2024 at 2 p.m. And those are for my hearings. The other hearing officer has a different schedule and will also be. All right, thank you, everyone, and we close the.
Okay, and we are going to stop recording.